Greetings,
Great
this is
question.
Reunited.
Well, if you subscribe to
At
Twitch, then you can just watch all of our
I
VODs as
wish
soon as the live
you for
broadcast ends.
I,
So
I
cool,
thank
right?
you for
So
rejoining
cool,
me
I
for
know.
part two
Another really cool thing is you can
of
gift subscriptions to people. Like,
my
I
critical
can buy a
reaction,
subscription for you, Duplicate Jester, and for other...
Mighty Nien Reunited.
Look what I found.
It's
Oh
part
my
one.
gosh. Look, precious.
It's part
I
two
could
of
throw a
the
dick.
of my reaction to part one.
Well, technically that might break Twitch's terms of service, so...
Before continuing, I'd like to say
There's
that
no rule against, like,
if you're
drawing
wondering,
chubby
you could look
little
find these
snacks.
ads online or something.
Yeah, or a really long balloon sword.
But
like a really thick rope with like 2 honky knots at the end of it. Cucumber with 2 tomatoes. Banana, you know, sitting next to
anyway,
an onion and an
I should probably point out that I do not own nor am I associated with Critical Role, its YouTube or Twitch channels,
Should we go look for him?
or any other other online club.
Don't forget to subscribe to
I'm just
Critical
a fan.
Role. Okay, let's go. Okay.
Sharing with other fans, and please subscribe both to Critical Role and to my channel. Don't forget to like, also do like and comment. You can find us. Ooh. Now I get to react to all of his new art. Yeah, well, this is the Mighty Nien and the Vox Machina. That's what I thought, yes. I don't worry. Yeah. Photo pop over there. This is just general art. I now got all my Mighty Nien merch up before the shirt or thing, the bow vest, Isocroft scarf, and Jor off foot. It's literally every Mighty Nien thing I have. Ooh. Very nice art here. Very nice. Oh, this was them digging up thing. That is this is Mother. Oh, I forgot. I also have my Caduceus Clay. My Caduceus Clay cardigan, but I will get that, and like I don't clutch enough already. Oh yeah, the clockwork thing from Humberduke. The Fletching and Moondrop Carnival Curiosities. The Journey of Lucian. Oh, that's the picture of Okutoa and his Tuko and his 2 allies. Look. And he's I forget the names. Hang on. Purpose of that?
And welcome back. So, for those that survived the attack on the now destroyed and sunken ship, previously known as the Ballier, previously known as the 9 Heroes, you slowly make your way on towards the nearest bit. There it is.
It's a sad one. It's a slow one. He said slowly make your way.
Towards the nearest bit of land. While you're there, you are preparing to send out messages.
Yes, that's right. I definitely was. It's still the same day, and I definitely wasn't already changing my spells for the next one. I'm going to cast a message. I'm going to send a message first to Caleb, since you said Caleb would be the one that needs to know immediately.
Clawjath.
Caleb! Our boat sank! Everybody... Well... Oh no.
So they have officially
Ubadal
lost.
is awake or something? Ford gave away the key.
The 9 Heroes.
We're
Hey, that was my favorite
And
ship.
Essig probably too. We're in...
Counting's weird.
So hard.
Yeah.
Counting's weird.
It's brain bubble stuff. You're like,
Everybody.
Jester, it's so good to hear from you. If you message me back, tell me where you are.
Spell slot.
That's all it said. That's all. Where are we, Ford? Exactly. Orly, where are we exactly?
there we go.
Do you have the map, Captain?
I do not. It's over there.
It's a stone's throw away, which means it's the bottom of the bloody sea.
Yep.
This map.
No.
We're in the Lucidian Ocean, last I heard.
Yeah.
This map is
Going
brought to you by
west
nothing.
now.
We don't have a map
don't know.
sponsor.
Going west.
We were going
Combat
north, and
cam
then we
sponsor,
turned
but
west.
Not a
There we
map
go.
sponsor.
Look at that Menagerie Coast map there.
Whoa! It's all weathered and old.
Where were you?
Do we have coordinates in Exandria?
Chords.
Yes, but they're not on the map, because I don't want to put coordinates in the map.
I don't fucking know. I mean,
You tell me where you were last.
We were by the.
You were captain.
We were by the
Right
island. We were
here.
half days.
we're real close, right off
You were
shore.
right off the coast.
You
You were
just
like
left.
50 feet from the shore.
Let's say we had just
Of the
passed.
trade routes that are up here and all throughout here.
Yeah, we could say we had just gone past
We were
whatever
next
that
to
is
this,
in cursive.
the island, this something island.
Who still writes in cursive?
Okay. I'll put you probably right in the middle if you're between Broken Bank and Port Zoom, kind of in that area.
Cool. What is that?
There's the Twinward Isles.
Twinward Isles. No. Okay.
Indeed. So
West.
we'll say you're partway through there. You can go ahead and head towards that landmass, and we'll be there by morning, likely.
Great.
We're heading toward the Twinward Isles.
As I tuck the map back into my airtight bag of holding.
Airtight.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm gonna send another message to Caleb. Right, that's important. We are going to the Twinward Isles. We'll be there in the morning. Our boat sank. Can you make sure that Bo and Yasha know? You can tell them, right? That's it? That's all.
Really?
I thought I had another hand. How far did I guess?
Can you tell
You got Bo and Yasha.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah, understood. We will be there in the morning, all of us.
Caleb's got this covered. He'll be there with everyone.
Good.
Do you think he meant like everyone, like Bo and Yasha, like I said? Or do you think I need to tell Veth as well?
Well, did you run out of words for your spell, or did it all get in?
I mean, I didn't say anything about Veth.
I'm sure he'll let Beth know.
What if Veth doesn't know and she's just running her camp and we're all dying? She'll be so sad.
I don't...
Don't you think?
I'm sure she loves the camp, but I mean, this is the big cheese. This is Ukato we're talking about. Yeah.
I'm gonna send a message to Veth.
After Cognosa, this probably is the biggest
You
biggest
won't
threat.
believe what just happened. Our boat sank. Ford gave away the key. We need your help. Twin.
You have
All the
So my,
boy.
so Ukato,
get fucking coordinates to
the
Beth.
was
You
the
got 3 more
special.
words.
No, she's got it. She got it.
Oh,
She got it.
hey.
Twin something islands. Look it up.
Hey.
Twins word.
You hear back. One second, yes.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
I heard Twin Isles. Something. I was distracted. Really good. Yeah. Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, we'll see you then. We'll see you then. Okay, come on.
Yes.
Veth is coming too.
Well played.
Yahoo!
And
Oh man.
All right. So, lest there be any other messages, spells, or inopportune moments to converse with your friends, pushing through the evening, oars to water, eventually the sun does rise, right as you make landfall in the Twinward Isles. With that, the rest of the crew comes to the surface, exhausted and ready to sleep in a safer space. They begin to take what materials they have to set up a camp here, while you go about what business you need to. So, with the morning here,
Just moment check.
Kingsley, Jester,
If you
Ford, what would you like to do?
I tapped the boat a couple times. Could have been worse. And it folds back into his.
oh, that's great. It's not like a one-use sort of thing.
Oh no, I've actually that's not even the first time I've used it, to be honest.
Do you sneak out? I can't believe all the shipments we've been stealing from the shipping company got sunk to the bottom of the ocean.
It's so amazing that happened. Yes, it's crazy. How many of them sank? Absolutely. Oh, so what do we do in the meantime, Captain? Hoffman?
Fire, shelter, get comfortable.
We have to wait until we can get off of the island. I mean, I don't want to abandon the rest of the crew here. Technically, we could get off of the island, but, you know.
I hate waiting. Is there anything? Oh,
As Orly kind of saunters up now, looking just spent and sweaty, for as much as a turtle man sweats. Captain, looks around here like we got materials to set up a shelter and take on a waiting period to get back to civilization. Don't let us weigh you down if you got things to do. I saw what you did.
Materials. On this island.
He gestures out to the trees that sit along the coastline.
What will you do for food? Water.
Well, I got my ways, and everybody here but Marius, I think, can survive on their own.
the mayor's passion continues. Hallelujah.
I don't want to leave you on this island. You're in my charge.
Very well. I'm gonna sleep now. And he curls up and goes to sleep right there on the beach in his shell. Like, just gives up and is...
How fast do you think they'll be able to wake him up? Not Orly.
Well, they're in the water, of the water. Last I remember, the vision was ages ago, but even if I was guessing it, the location is east of Nicodranus, east of the Menagerie Coast. We're terribly behind.
You look like you're giving up already.
No. We're terribly behind.
So what do we do?
And we wait for our friends.
And then...
Or if you'd like, if you do have the ability to go join with the rest, you should. And perhaps find a way to get back here, but I can't leave the rest of this crew stranded on an island.
I don't understand what you're saying, so we need to... I need to get everybody else from the Mighty Nien, go defeat Uk'otoa, and you're just gonna stay here with the crew? Because you don't want to abandon them?
What do you want to do?
Well, I want to keep Uk'otoa from taking over the world. That seems like a smart start, right?
Mm-hmm. I think if we're waiting for Caleb and the others, they'll find us, yes?
I mean, I told them we were here.
Where can you send us, anyway?
Home to Nicodranus, that's pretty much it. Or,
Word of recall.
if I get some sleep, it could take us to the Feywild.
Either of those places are not where you told people we would be, right?
Correct. I mean, once everybody gets here.
Right.
But I don't know what good that would do either.
What do you mean?
Well, going back to Nicodranus, what good is that going to do us once everybody gets here? Or going to the Feywild, well, it could be fun. We could escape there if Uk'otoa does, explode out of the water and take over the world. Maybe we can just go live in the Feywild?
We jump dimensions.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. That's
What
good
does
option.
the ocean look like in the
Well,
Feywild?
Since we have time to kill,
Well, I just saw that. It's
help
a
the crew
mirror
with
is like a Funhouse
the
mirror
basics of food
version
and
of
shelter and water and such
the
while we're
real
waiting.
world?
Also,
What
what is
the
Uk'otoa and why
frick
are
does
we
the ocean look like?
why are we so concerned about this? Why was that whole thing felt very personal? And I'm just saying, I don't know where y'all been, what you've been up to, but that felt, I don't know. It wasn't random, I suppose. That had a lot of very personal, give me the key, I'm going to sink your ship, sense to it.
Yes, Uk'otoa is an ancient creature that I saw in dreams that gave me the first of my magical abilities, and I have 2 of the 3 keys and just gave up the 3rd, which he needs to be released upon this plane and to wreak havoc.
So, once they use that final key to open the final portal or chain or whatever it is that's
Uk'otoa
shackling
rules the
Uk'otoa
oceans.
to his prison, then, he'll come out and kill everyone, maybe?
It's real bad. It's very, very bad.
Surprisingly clear, actually. Oh, yeah, all right. All right, yeah, that is a problem.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And all of the people that we're fighting are, very comfortable in the water and obviously belong in the water and...
So just staying away from the water is not an option.
Probably not.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, in hindsight, it probably would have been smart to make sure that I was in safekeeping, but I held on to it and stayed at the sea at the same time with no clear exit strategy or plan if you attacked. But what can you do?
Honestly, it's one of the things I respect about you the most. That's a bold move.
Yeah, bold.
Very bold.
I'm sorry I died and went unconscious and you had to give over the key to save us.
It's a very intense relationship.
You got bitch slapped by a storm giant. There wasn't much to apologize for. We were all dead in a matter of seconds after that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to walk away from whatever it is that this is. It's great, and I'm going to go
Food,
make
water,
something out of sticks.
Shelter, fire,
Right.
all that.
Have fun.
Ford, are you okay?
Oh, not okay.
Really disheartened.
Yeah!
I know.
Yes, I'm very disheartened. Yes, you almost died.
I know.
I'm gonna go and sleep over there.
Sorry, Orly.
What are you still doing
I
here?
thought it was
Fuck. Oh, shit, that's right.
right there.
You fell asleep at our feet. Such a choice. I'm sorry, Orly. I don't mean to shout. Yes, I'm disheartened. Didn't want to give away the cloven crystal, and yes, I'm taking to unleash Ukuto, and the world's probably fucked for it. Our friends aren't anywhere around here to help, and
They will be.
sure. It seems very irresponsible now. Would I have done it any differently? No.
We'll stop it from happening.
We'll try.
We defeated, like, an entire city. We can defeat a sea creature.
Yes.
Maybe not just us, because obviously we didn't do too great last night, but with everybody else here.
It'll be a start. I think the difference is when we were fighting the city, it was just us, and if we failed, there was a whole dimension that had to be skipped through. If Ukto is released and we're not there to stop it, we're not sure what will happen until we're
To
able
be fair,
to
I'm pretty
engage
sure
them, and
Ukuto is
even
still
then,
sea-bound, so...
the dreams I have are awful.
Oh, the continents will be
They're
cut off. We'll be pretty cut off from each other, except by
We'll make it right.
Airship, but...
We always do.
Meanwhile, Caleb, upon receiving this message from Jester...
Night before, yeah?
Yeah.
Immediately, I pull out my sending stone. Hello, Beauregard. I know that it is outside working hours, and that can be a bit of a prickly pear with you, but we have a bit of an emergency. Are you available to talk?
Sorry. Hang up. Oh, give me 1 second, babe. Yeah, Caleb, hi. Okay.
I set the stone away from me, 2 feet away.
Oh, crap.
Really?
Worst timing every time. I know, every time. Yes, this time. God damn it, I'm gonna... Pass me Martina's prune juice she gave us. Yeah, no, what do you need?
I just got a message from Jester. They are in trouble, big trouble. Ford has apparently handed over the last of his crystals. You know what that means, yeah?
He did what now?
Right, so I'm going to Nicodranus now, and I'm going to attempt to swing by and pick up Veth. Get your guest bedroom ready, because we might be staying the night. I'll let you know.
Oh well, I'm in Zadash. Wait, are you coming here? Are you
yeah.
coming here? We're road tripping?
In a bit.
Are we getting the gang back together?
Yes, you know.
Yeah!
Okay, that's
Babe!
actually exciting.
Babe, let's go!
Yeah,
okay,
let's go.
Start just put your clothes on. Okay, what, are you coming right now?
No, I'm not. I'm by myself, but I will visit you later.
Wait, like later? Is it later tonight?
Yeah, I've got you on speaker.
Later tonight? Because it's already pretty late. I mean,
Dear
we
Lord.
still have some food.
Yeah, you want to come get dinner?
Yeah, give me about an hour.
Okay.
Then I will instantly teleport outside of Yeza and Veth's home.
As you arrive here, mid-evening in the streets of Nicodranus.
Sorry.
Everyone.
Okay, I twist the ring of telepathy on my finger, and I think within, because it's not that big a place, within 120 feet to Veth. Hello, Veth, I'm sorry to be interrupting. I see the Scoutmaster sash hanging out your window. But I have a bit of an emergency. What is going on tonight?
No, it's fine.
Oh,
It's a good time.
why, Seth? Why? I feel like this will be the most fucking place there.
It's good times. I'm fine. I'll be right down. Oh, hold on.
Hello.
3 hours go by. No. I pop out in my silk chemise. What's a chemise?
It's just like a shirt.
Yeah.
That's a shirt. I wanted like a robe or something.
You say your silk robe.
I know, but I wanted. Isn't there a cuter name than robe? It's a chemise.
It's a
hello, it's good to see you.
human chemise, which
Yeah.
works as a full dress for you.
Okay. I just had to get my voice back.
So,
Yeah, you got it right.
Yeah. It's a chemise.
It's a chemise. Or well, okay. These ones.
Well, those are like Victorian shoes.
Okay.
I don't know.
so
Sorry.
crazy story. I think that
I know. I heard already. Jester telepathically told me what's going on. We have to get there to help her on some island.
Okay, well, we need the ladies. The other ladies, are you good with a stop off in Zadesh?
Sure, of course.
We're gone.
Well, bye, family.
No, wait.
That's okay. Jester can message them later. Let's go.
Yeah, you're already gone.
Your arm.
You're in your chemise.
My stuff. Oh, it's fine. I keep a spare set at your house. It's fine.
No.
No, not all your magic items.
I have my wondrous rare item. I have dupes.
Take 10 minutes.
Okay. I get everything. We go.
That'd be so cool.
Thank you, King.
All right. So
As you're rushing out, by the way, as you have all your stuff and you're rushing out, the door opens a bit and he goes like, honey,
hello.
Camp.
yeah, we just had all of the campers arrive. What do you want?
They have the first day is tomorrow. Can you just do me a solid and just run the camp for like a few days? I promise it's fine. You just have to teach them basic shooting, basic hunting, basic tracking skills, how to pick the lock, how to disarm a bomb. Can you just sort of, it's basic stuff though, you'll be fine.
Okay. Hi.
Hey, good to see you.
Oh, yeah.
Awkward timing. So sorry. It's very important.
I assume,
You know what? Just make day one about showing them the facilities, finding their cabins, and you can actually let Luke teach them the art of stealth.
okay, that should be fine. No, series of issues possibly could arise. I will take care of them as a co-parent, and I will handle this responsibility with acceptance, gusto, and I apologize in advance.
If you need a little confidence booster, try your grapefruit odor thing. It'll just sort of pep you up.
No, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, you got this.
Okay.
All right.
All
I'll
right.
be back in 24 hours. Maybe.
Maybe 48 hours.
Okay, well, as long as you're not going anywhere dangerous, travel safe, and I don't know, pick something up for Luke while you're out.
Oh, yes. A present. Of course. Yes, that's a great idea. Okay.
Mwah.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Caleb,
Too quick.
always.
I mean, not. Okay.
We go.
He blushes, and the last thing you see is his cheeks redden as you vanish out, appearing where?
I think by the heirloom tomatoes in their garden.
Okay.
Oh, not the heirloom.
Still ripe. Hello?
Swing open the door, and I've got 2 bottles of wine already open.
Whoa.
We're gonna put the gang back together.
Yeah, this is a critical mission.
Come in. I've been eating up leftovers. I have on an apron that says Zadashian in the streets, Jorhassian in the sheets. We are warning cooking up some stew. You know, sit.
She made a stroganoff.
Yeah.
Is this the recipe that what's her name?
Yes, Hazeltongue, the Martina.
Not Eleanor.
Martina Stewart.
Oh my God, she's so great.
She's so annoying.
She's annoying, but she's very, very good.
Her positivity is just
She's
sort of
too.
great.
It's too much. It's a lot.
With
It's a
cooking
lot.
like that, though, the rest does not matter.
It's true.
No, like you are exactly.
Yes, we eat. We have to figure out a way. Can you just get us there? Is that how it works
Well,
nowadays?
I can, but I think it would be better if we just get a good night's rest, get ready for the trip.
Wait, where?
But yeah, we're like,
Oh yeah, we fill you in.
They are on the Twinwood Isle.
Do we have a boat? Because we're fighting. If they're shipwrecked, are we fighting Ukatoa? On the how?
Well, I can't bring them a boat. The best I could do is make a simple boat once we're there. But I can get us to them, and I can take them from there, and maybe a better plan can be crafted. But I just told them that I would get there as soon as possible.
We can't message them, right?
I think I
should we
can.
ask them? Wait, what? Oh, that's right. You have that magic, don't you?
Yes, I think I could give it a try.
You ask them if we can hire a boat in Nicodranas, we could sail it there, and it would take a few extra days.
It's only worked a couple times, so
Okay.
I don't know if I could. But
I get the feeling, though, that we are on a strict timetable here.
But if they don't have a boat, when we get to an island, what do we do?
yeah, what? We're going to a deserted island to be with them. On
we
the
know if-
deserted island.
Do we know if the twin sack islands
Twinwood
are?
Isle.
Is it deserted?
History check.
Can I roll two?
Yes,
And I just want to ask, because it's been a while, did we sail past?
History.
Did we pass within view of those islands on our sailing along the routes?
You would have, yes, on the return to Nicodranas.
Did I get eyes on it?
You would have. It's the closest set of islands towards like Nicodranas and Port Zune, so you would have passed by at a distance. You never probably would have stopped there.
Once, twice.
I'd say the one time that you guys were returning from the original trip with Ford out there on the Menagerie Coast.
Okay. Asking for teleportation reasons.
Yes, you would have familiarity with it.
Okay.
19.
19.
Okay. The Twinward Isles, which are a cluster of them,
Where there's more than two?
Yep.
meaning that
Clusters of
it is not a singular island.
No. They just cleaned it up, man.
I was thirsty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
it's the two of them. But they are not they're not abandoned. There are small villages and kind of trade posts there. It's not like a bustling cityscape by any means, but there are people that live there. There are people that trade there. There are a
Might
couple
be
of,
other ships there.
So we'd be aware of that.
yes, you are.
Okay.
At least they would.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Should we bring some cash, maybe some rare goods in case we need to, bribe somebody?
I just want to repeat the key point. Ford has hastened the release of Ukatoa.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I did that.
That was the limited message that I received. So we are going in guns blazing, I assume, or prepared as such.
Yeah.
Great.
I knew this day would come.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else we need to bring? Essek.
Should we call Caduceus?
Nah. He was sort of useless most of the time. He talked really slow.
He had good healing.
We could just check in just to see, because what if he finds out that we went to go do it, and then he was like, "Why didn't you call
He
me?"
feels left out.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think any of us
shitty.
are able to do that at the moment.
I can try.
Yeah, you know what? If he responds, then we'll know.
Okay.
And if he doesn't, we can assume that he doesn't want to respond and that he doesn't want to come.
Please, like
Literally
this to
saved
be
your kid.
fucking-
Just saying.
Okay. Hello, Caduceus. Your old pal, Yasha here. From Mighty Nien. You know that.
Shit. Yeah.
This is hard. Problem.
You're qualified.
Oh no.
Try listen up.
You got this, babe.
How about this?
Deserted.
Get the important stuff first.
Twinward Isles.
Bouquet.
Ukatoa is free.
Hey.
Good work, babe. You know,
We've got 5 more.
Oh. Oh wait. Oh, it's still recording.
Love you.
Okay.
There's no response.
Just give him a minute.
You must not want to join us. It's
late.
perfect.
It's late. It's late. I'm being rude. He's probably asleep.
It's
Never mind.
Hey.
Never mind. She does it.
Oh, she doesn't actually have it. I was ready to fuck with you. I was ready.
Commit.
Wow.
Caduceus is alone and he just saw a beetle and he was like, hey.
Producers would have just been laughing for a solid 2 minutes before.
So should we have should we all have like a sleepover next to the fire?
No, we should go to them immediately.
Yeah, what part of this
Wait, you
message
didn't
wasn't
want to rest
fucking
tonight.
clear?
I do want to rest tonight. I used a little bit of my juice to jump to Nicodranus and to here.
Me
Well,
too.
well,
I
we
just
can-
used my message.
We can rest there though and at least get there. You know, I'm sure they're not gonna want to go out tonight anyway. But we can go camping. Beach camping. It'll be just like when we fought Vokodo.
That did not go so well.
That went great. What do you talk? I opened a bar. Jester threw a great con.
We beat him.
We watched the Traveler almost get sucked up into the sky. It went fucking awesome. Man, that was a good time.
That was a really good time.
was good old
That
days,
place is
yes.
kind of great. We have to go again.
Yeah.
But it's up to you.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, look, come on.
Yep. All right. So I will burn. I've used a 7th. I used an 8th. I will use a 9th.
Oh. We're gonna rest. It's
But
fine.
we're gonna rest, we think. So that's what I do.
Okay.
I take us to the Twinward Isle on my 9th level spell
It's
slot.
gotta go up.
Okay. And with that, you gather your
like
friends here from
Tiny
the,
hut.
from the center of the Beauregard Yasha residence here in Zadash. All 4 of you vanish, leaving the abode, and instead appear on the outskirts of the Twinward Isles as you all apparate in the middle of the night upon a sandy beach, the edge of the southern coastline of the southernmost isle.
This is the only part of the island I remember. We saw it from like 3 miles away. We're very lucky to be alive. Okay.
Which to that point,
Uh-oh.
Everything I ever wanted.
could you roll a D100 for me?
Yeah.
As the magic still
Go for a
kind
little
of
midnight
drifts.
swim.
Swimmies. 7.
7 out of 100?
Yes.
Is that the
That's
lower
the bad end, I
better?
You've viewed once, so
Yep. That's the bad end, I believe.
You viewed once?
He saw it from a distance.
From a distance.
You can't from a distance yourself.
I did.
There are rules.
Yeah, you can't middler yourself.
as you are all pulled from the living space, as opposed to you begin to see the beach, but you feel like parts of you are being pulled through while other parts are not. The magic is imperfect. And with that, all of you take
Cut in half.
18 points of force damage
go.
as the feedback tears your forms for a second before it pulls back. And then I'm going to go ahead and roll on the table to see again. It is a... Okay. Not bad, not bad. It's only a little off target.
Yes, I was just thinking, yeah, the same thing.
Wrong
That,
island.
everyone's saying splinched on the chat.
Oh, you are so lucky. All of you pull back and then reapparate into the water of the ocean.
Oh, shit.
All of a sudden, you're all breathing in the waves. You're hating this.
It's okay, just a slight mishap. I need to recalculate.
Beth, come here, get on my back.
I have a ring of water walking.
Are there? Is there an island in view?
Roll a perception check for me.
Okay. Azoram?
There's also a
Who is
beach
that?
on the, or a fire on the shore.
16.
Indeed, there is. And with a 16, this deep in the middle of night, you do indeed see a flicker of a flame, maybe about a half mile, about a mile or so from where you currently are.
Oh, scheiße. Okay.
Have you been working on your cardio? Are you good for this?
You want to get on my back or something? I don't know. Is it...
Yeah, that sounds good, Yasha.
Come on.
Oh, your back is enormous. Here we go.
All
It
right.
worked out.
Oh, wait. I can float us all on a floating disc.
What?
We can do that.
I have a floating disc. Yes, of course. I've been working on my spells.
What disc is this?
This is a floating disc.
Did you just write floating disc in your notebook?
No, it's a spell. It makes a circular horizontal plane of force 3 feet in diameter. Wait, that's not very wide, is
No.
it? I can float one of you on a disc.
Hold on. Sorry. I've got my bearing. And there's a giant great white shark on your back for a split second before I roll off. And the shark just starts circling the group.
That's good.
Okay, this
That's
works.
better.
That's positive.
Okay.
Not at all dangerous.
I'm gonna grab onto his fin.
There you go.
Okay.
Through the odd combination of abilities and skills here exhausted, you all eventually come to the southernmost beach of the Twinward Isles. There, not too far from where the flames flicker at the coastline. Within a short time, you do gather and begin to see what looks to be the still conscious and concentrating, looking into the flames of the firelight, surrounded by a few small kind of makeshift huts and tents. Fordstone. You, kind of glancing there, concentrating for a second, you hear the sound of footfalls and glance over, and you can see some figures stepping from out of the ocean.
Oh, I see you got our message.
Ford?
Hello,
Chester?
Kingsley.
Bo?
Give her a big hug.
Captain.
Ford, did you lost weight? You seem thinner, frailer.
I think it's the seawater.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, you do look wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ford's really bummed, you guys.
Why?
Because he woke up Ukatoa and he blames himself, I think.
Who was it? His fault?
But it's not his fault, it's my fault because I'm the one that died.
You died?
No.
Well, I went unconscious.
Jester went unconscious. Ukuto is not awake yet, but I did give up the third cloven crystal, and that's what they needed to release him.
You also managed to wake up the entire crew, so you're on a roll. Oh, maybe you brought all of them.
The big shark catches up on the sand.
It's Caleb Shaw.
You all look like
You're not there anymore.
Okay.
Sorry, I tried to get us here faster. I did my best.
Oh,
Hello.
teleported not into the water. That you just look terrible.
Yeah.
it's okay. It's unavoidable. What I assume was it unavoidable?
It was pretty
It
unreal.
was pretty unavoidable.
I mean, to Veth's point, I'm surprised this hasn't happened sooner. So.
Do you want to give us the play-by-play now that it's not under 25 words?
Yes, we were out at sea, and the sky started to turn. I saw a vision of Ukatoa, and he said, I found you. And then a giant, storm giant, crested over the side of our ship along with 7 sea people, and knocked Jester unconscious, gave Kingsley what for, and almost took us to an early grave. And in a moment of panic, I took out the orbs so it would stop killing us and gave it over.
And now there is a brewing supernatural force that could affect the entire world. And no one knows about this but us. And we are the only ones who can stop it. I mean, this is our thing. If we succeed, no one will know what we've done. If we fail, the world will end. This is what we do.
This is what we're good at.
That's what we're good at.
The heroes no one asked for. Yes.
Come on. This is a problem.
Here they need, but not the heroes that deserve.
Ever kill me? This is really ridiculous, all of you.
It is.
Yeah, okay, so...
To be fair, you're much cooler now.
I would hope so. Okay.
How, Ford, how do we do this?
I've been thinking about that up until the moment you arrived. I have no idea. I don't know where they're going. I don't know where the third location of the lock is.
I thought you knew all of
Yeah, I
them.
thought we knew.
Nope.
What do you mean?
No, I saw a vision once and I have a vague idea of an area that could or could be anywhere on any map.
Wasn't there a vision of like an area between the mountains or something?
Some jungle and stuff like that.
What you do recall, the visions of the third temple were in a heavy jungle realm behind 3 lights.
3 lights.
So
3.
Okay.
So that's good. Then it's not in the water. I thought we had to go underwater to fight them.
Nope.
That means they have to get all of their forces out of the water to the jungle too. So really, the fact that we can teleport means we may beat them.
Describe it to us as vividly as you can. Maybe even show it to us with some sort of illusory spell. And we have all of our combined knowledge, plus that of Kingsley.
3 lights, 3 lights.
Maybe we can figure it out.
Sure, I'll use major image to conjure a version of my dream. Yep, cast. 3 lights in a jungle area.
The lights are not in a jungle. It is a very blurred, rapid movement, and you see like 3 lights kind of spread out. And as you rush to pass them, you hit jungle. And then through the jungle, you see a ruin. And that's the last of the vision.
3 lights spread out, and as you rush past them...
But we don't know what's the source of the light is. Is it a torch light, a volcano light?
The vision was unspecific.
How
Does it jog anything?
how
for
many
anyone?
major lighthouses are on the Nicodronis, or on the coastline?
The coastline? I mean, there are a number of cities that are coastal. There are some that are just... Like there's Port Zune and Nicodronis. Both are cities that are coastal with lighthouses that are nearest to where you are.
But I know, like, the Wild Mother is at Nicodronis, right?
Correct, yeah.
Do any of the other cities have a Wild Mother lighthouse?
You've not been
or-
to Port Zune, but as far as you know, they have a lighthouse, as it is a port city, a coastal city. The other port city is Port de Mali, but that's quite a ways to the west of there. That has a lighthouse as well.
That's 3.
I just gave a speech to a classroom of students talking about how important history was. Does this ring any bells from all my reading?
Roll history check.
Yeah, that'll do. That's a 30.
It's a 30. I mean, there are many cities up along the coast of the Menagerie Coast. Cities themselves tend to be the points of visual reference when traveling along a darkened coast, in which the horizon itself is pitch black against the ocean, especially when the moon is not in the sky. So, whether or not port cities will be the only ones that have a lighthouse, but all cities themselves are themselves a beacon in the dark.
Any notable jungles that would house the temple ruin?
There
Similar to
are a number of jungles and forests along the Menagerie
what,
Coast.
from his memory, anything that would strike my memory?
You've not traveled much along the Menagerie Coast, I would say. Beyond a few of the port cities in Nicodronis you've been, this would be kind of a map-looking perspective, if that's what you're looking to see.
Would Grim psychometry? I think I'm probably pronouncing that. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that wrong.
Grim's psychometry?
Psychometry. Thank you. My God, never had to say it before. Would that be something? Considering I just sort of saw all this happen, that maybe there's just because I have had some weird sidewise psychic connection to some of this stuff before. Would this be a roll that it would make sense?
It would if you had an object or location that you were at to read the sense around it.
Right.
It's less about knowledge and more about feeling the history around a specific location.
I was curious if the vision would count as an object, but that's
Technically, it would not.
There don't seem to be any islands that are a collection of 3 islands. Bizoft Isle has 4. The Gravid Archipelago has 3.
Which doesn't sound like it even needs to be an island, right?
No, I'm just looking for 3s.
I mean, I know what I would do.
3 peaks.
I would hate
3
to
islands.
delay us any further, but is this something that the Cobalt Reserve would have knowledge of? Books that you all could do your book diving?
I'm gonna hit the books, but it might take some time.
Of course,
especially
but I
with
mean-
being so vague. I was actually going to inquire how your relationship has been with the Wild Mother here lately.
Pretty fucking vacant, actually.
That bitch.
Yes. Empty
Ford.
and cold.
Since you have been looking at the map, I'd like you to make an investigation check for me.
Come on. Come on.
That's cocked.
Come on.
Natural 19.
Seems strong.
27.
27.
Plus 8.
Glancing across the map, and based on the conversation you've heard, various lights of 3s, things that could represent lights, lighthouses, cities. There are 3 cities fairly close to each other, 2 along the coast and 1 to the north of Port Zun. That could be 3 lights clustered. And then a little ways north of that little trio of lights looks to be a jungle referred to as the Sirius End Forest.
Being told what to look for on the map.
The 3 lights being
Still can't.
Port Zun,
Mysterious Mountains. Yeah, but that's all the way down here.
Wait, what?
Serious
Where? It's in the
mountains
mountain? Serious mountains or the jungle?
the jungle, the Sirius End Forest is what it's referred to
Sirius
as.
End Forest.
Do you see Sirius End Forest?
There's Port
I don't see
Zun,
it.
I see Port
I see
Zun.
that. I don't
Yeah.
think you have it on this
Nicodranus,
map.
Port Zun, Fiolin?
Fiolin is another city, yes.
And then Port Damali, and then...
Or Nicodranus is also another city.
It's not written on. It's not written on the map.
That's not written on the map. That's I'm sitting here like trying to point you to that direction.
The game's over.
That's it.
Plum Groves? Or the...
No. It's been a while since we looked at that map. It's in the Explorer's Guide to Wild Map. That's on me.
I bet that's
on
on a
me.
different map of Wild now, right?
That's all good. So what you see here, just north of Nicodranus, east of Fiolin, and northeast of Port Zun, that cluster of jungle.
Yeah.
Meets the right there.
That?
This little armpit right here?
Yep, that is referred to as the Sirius End Forest.
Yeah, I thought it was over here.
Sorry.
That was a...
My apologies. That's
I
on
would
me.
like to.
I apologize.
Well, we could check out this nondescript patch of forest on the
The
map.
one with no name written on it?
Yeah, I have a feeling.
I feel good about that.
It can't be important. No one bothered to mark it.
That's exactly why
That's on me.
Oh,
So
That's on me.
suspicious.
Yes.
One word right there.
Its silence is deafening.
Yeah, we're here. We're right here, yeah. To be fair, I thought it was over here. This whole time. It was kind of
over
close.
your shoulder around
Yeah.
the fire to see what is around there.
Oh, someone's
Right here.
showing off his pants.
My time pants.
Oh, excuse me.
this old suit.
Don't worry about it.
How do we get there, Ford? How do we get there? Can we row a boat? Can we steal a boat? Can we buy a boat?
Kingsley has a boat. It's
Well, I do have a boat. That's true. It's the first proper usage of that word that I've heard in 48 hours.
Can it make the journey? How far is the journey?
It can make the journey to a proper ship. We need a proper ship. if
How
we're doing
close
this.
is
This
that
is
to
insane.
Nicodranas?
Need a proper ship.
Oh, yeah. Is it close to Nikki?
No, it's a day from Port Zune, at least. I
How
think.
far are we from Darktoe?
And it's definitely
Much, much further away.
it's
Yeah,
a
4 days.
boat, a ship journey, not an on foot sort of journey.
From Port Zune?
From Nicodranas.
It's a little further from Nicodranas than it is Port Zune, but it's on foot once we get to Nicodranas.
Wait, why can't we just
Or a
teleport?
horse.
We can just go to Nicodranas.
We could go to Nicodranas easily.
I thought you could only take a limited number of people with you to Nicodranas.
Well, I can only take 5, including me. 5.
But I could take the rest.
That's true.
Oh, great.
Or you could. Can you not take all of us?
The crew. I didn't want to leave the crew. It's real shitty to leave the crew.
But at least we know this place isn't deserted. I saw, like, there's a village right over there.
Shaky.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I'll, Orly!
Got some ski ball to play.
Yes, Captain.
Here's 100 gold. Hopefully you'll be able to
Hi, Orly.
manage. You remember these fuck-ups.
Good to see y'all. Been a while.
We're gonna go and try and prevent the end of the world. No telling how that'll go. But just in case anyone does take coin over there, do you think you'll be all right?
I think we'll be all right.
All right. Here's 100 gold.
Oh, thank you, Captain.
Eat well. Treat yourself. Make sure no one comes down with, dysentery. We'll be back. No, we won't.
Nope. Never again.
Yeah. We'll find you.
Right.
I do think we have to like sleep though if he's gonna.
Well, no, I
Buzz.
actually could get all of us, including the crew, to Nicodranas. We'd have to go into Yusa's tower, so we would be arriving unannounced, but it would work.
I could send him a message.
We could warn him for a first time, yeah?
Have you kept in contact with Yusa?
A little bit.
I have. I call him every once in a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. How does that go?
It's because, he doesn't always answer me, but sometimes he does. I can call him. I'm going to send him a message.
All right.
Yusa, we're going to be coming through your tower with a whole bunch of people, but don't worry, we're going to go right out. The minute we come in, straight down. Is that okay? Don't answer if it's not.
Hello, Jester. It has been some time. I am sleeping. Sure. Whatever.
Thumbs up. Green light.
Love it. Okay. I'll find the largest flat stone I can and begin to draw a chalk circle on it so I can do teleportation.
Roll an investigation check or perception check for me, your choice.
I will do investigation because that's much better. That is 28.
28. Now, just past the beach, you do get to some rather root-filled and earthy portions of this kind of outer island. But you do manage to find one section of rock that, while it is imperfect, is large enough to house a, hopefully, functional circle of teleportation. So, yes.
So I go through the process, knock away crab every once in a while. Get away. Finish it up. All right, I'm about to finish this. We want to bring the crew and everyone over here?
Yes.
That'd be appropriate.
Yeah, I go and wake everybody up. Caleb is making a circle so we can get back to Nicodranas so you don't stay here. If you want to not stay here, come over to the circle. Wake up.
Everyone kind of gathers their stuff.
Oh, we can bring everybody? Cool. Okay.
Okay, but everyone has to run in really fast. So why don't we get into like a line? And once I do this, everybody run, okay?
Flying V. Flying V. Circle up.
Okay, I'll go first. Mary
Okay,
steps
2,
forward.
1.
The circle immediately emulates with arcane energy, and one by one, you all start jumping through, emerging into the Tide Peak Tower in Nicodranas. The room immediately fills up. The breadth of it just large enough to comfortably fit everybody who travels through, yourselves and the rest of the crew, all kind of shoulder to shoulder as you stand there. And there you see, just around the corner as the door opens, the visage of a small goblin fellow with a long nightcap that dangles like almost to the ground and a little nightshirt over it, Wensforth. As he stands there and goes, "Oh, hello. I was just notified of your arrival. The master wishes not to be disturbed, but I will rapidly lead you to the exit.
I wish not to disturb the master, thank you.
Of course." And he reaches over and grabs his little candle, or it looks like a candle, but at the top there's just kind of this small orange orb that kind of flickers and glows to mimic the type of light without actually burning the wax.
Orly, I think you have to go first. You're sort of the cork in this bottle.
Yes, this way. He leads you all out into the street. The door opens and you exit from the very well-furnished and familiar interior of the Tide Peak Tower. You all come out into the still dark, kind of slow rising morning of the next following day. The bit of sunlight now just cracking over the horizon. The door behind you, as you all exit Wensforth, kind of gives a wave. "Hello, I am also going to sleep, so whatever you're doing, good luck, and goodbye."
You're a strange little person.
We got your back faster than anticipated.
I know. Should I go home or no? We gotta keep going, right?
This is
Yeah, me and Ford have a place if you guys want to stay there for the night. Or the morning.
Yes, I don't know if we have room for everyone.
We can sort of lay on the couches and we have those
it's
two
very
chairs.
homey.
I've got a whole camp with cabins.
But there's a whole crew
Floor, that's fine.
as well.
The camp?
We have a whole camp with cabins.
I don't take up too much room.
Are there
just fall
kids in the
asleep when
camp?
people
Because
sleep.
I don't like
That's till
kids.
There are
tomorrow,
kids,
right?
yes.
No.
Yeah,
But there's not very many of them. We would outnumber them.
I think it would be appropriate, if you don't mind, to get the rest of the crew maybe somewhere to sleep, somewhere nice, somewhere the nicest place in town.
Sleep at the camp.
The nicest place in town for the crew.
Well, I mean,
you
they
know-
can stay at the Lava Chateau if there's room. I don't know if there's plenty of room at the Lava Chateau. But
Well, I mean, if there's room, I mean, it would only be appropriate. They did almost drown.
they've almost drowned several times with us, let's be real. But yes, you guys go to the Lava Chateau and tell them that Jester sent you.
That sound about around what we're willing to do tonight, crew?
As he jingles the 100 gold in his hand, and the rest of the crew kind of gather up and kind of nod, and Mary's like, "Oh goodness, it's been a while since I've been to such a fantastic establishment. That would be wonderful, thank you. I can handle the face man aspect of our arrival, if you don't mind, Orly." And Orly just kind of clutches it and goes,
Ain't no face prettier than mine.
and he begins to turtle waddle his way in the direction of the Opal Archways towards the Lava Chateau.
How is your mom, Jester? Oh,
She's good. She's really good, yeah.
Great.
I think she's really liked having me and Ford around every once in a while, more.
How's it going with your mom and the gentleman?
Yeah. No, they're, It's,
Has it been weird having your dad around?
I mean, he's not there all the time, but yeah, we're not there all the time. Really, I've only seen them a couple times.
And Veth, are you still laundering his money?
Wait, you're what?
Oh, that's right.
Oh, was I not supposed to say that?
I mean,
So imminent doom, yeah?
Yeah.
Do we have time to sleep? Oh, we'll be in a lot of trouble if I don't sleep before we go and face Ukatoa.
We have to sleep.
I think we should. I know that we're pressed for time, but I'm pretty depleted.
great.
Come to our house. Oh, I mean Orvet's house, or the cabins.
Whatever you want, we'll go to your house.
It's really great, you guys.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's
Come on.
We're doing it.
Okay. There we go.
it's
Our
very
house.
exciting.
It's just to sleep, It's not, you just, gonna lay down on the ground.
We've
The house
slept in
never
some
sleeps.
wild places,
Fine.
and this is a roof over our head. This is great.
The house doesn't
Go to
sleep.
your house.
Lead the way to our
Okay.
It's gonna be
place.
a lot.
As the sun rises in the early morning, you arrive on the outskirts of gesture in Ford's abode. What do they see as they arrive?
They see a bunch of potted plants, like stuck outside, some of them half dead. But like the ones, there's like vines painted up on the side of the house, so it looks like they're growing out of the pots, even though they're not really. All sorts of different colors.
All sorts of different colors.
Lots of different colors. A little like fence that we're building, like that's trying to look like a white picket fence, but it's sort of falling down a little bit. And a blue turquoise door.
But what about the house itself? Like, is it large, small?
Well, it's less like a house and more like one sort of sheddy sort of room. I mean, it's big. It's a big one. It's a big room,
It's a studio.
It's a studio.
Open concept.
Yeah.
Apartment.
There's like, you come in.
Very modern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's right underneath the water tower,
We decluttered a lot of the equipment that was kept there before. We changed out the flooring. And,
You live in a water tower?
What?
You live in a water
No,
tower?
below the water tower.
Yeah.
Below.
But that would be really cool. That's the dream, right? Is to get that place.
Yeah, I mean, can you guys
don't
climb
own
the
that
water
place?
tower? Do you ever climb it and like watch the sunsets?
We do. That's
cool.
Yeah, it's
That's
good,
romantic.
good viewing up there.
It is super
Yeah.
romantic.
Wow.
It's nice to know that you can actually drown like you would on a ship if something goes wrong, even when you're on dry land. I think that's very romantic of you. Either way, you end up in the sea.
That's true.
It's like the Sea of Damage.
Anyway, come inside, you guys. Come inside. Come inside.
Check it out.
I'm gonna call the center of the room.
Oh, this Orly's coming with us.
I thought you were going to the lavisher too.
Oh.
Orly just followed.
Where's it go?
Falling
You
asleep
look behind
with
and all the
their
crews followed him, and he's like,
I got lost.
they all turn around and
Navigates
head
on the
back
sea.
to the city. But you spread out amongst the wide space of the chamber, as comfortable as it is amongst the scattered furniture. You do manage to get yourself a long rest for the night.
Long rest, recover, hit points.
With that, you all eventually come to consciousness in the early afternoon. Some of you more exhausted and physically strained than others, but the day is now yours. What do you wish to do?
I'm glad you have those blackout curtains.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Like it's-
Well, yeah,
yeah.
we kept sleeping in so much that it made sense.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You spritzing your plants? What is
No,
that?
I'm playing with Sprinkle's paws.
Oh,
He's awake.
he's awake? How can you tell?
The shaking and shivering.
Yeah, he missed
Ah,
the
Yeah,
He
nope,
missed the
nope,
wheel.
nope. Nope.
Such a sweet, sweet.
He's gained a little weight.
I know.
He
He's
doesn't look
been
so-
living it up.
Yeah, he's not so emaciated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
it's
don't
great.
die. I thought that was it.
Okay, so
Okay, how do
here
we-
we're awake now.
Can we teleport there?
I've never been there, so that's a real roll of the dice to do that.
Yep.
I run out of the house while everybody's making plans.
Okay.
And I go to the closest bakery and buy everybody the cinnamon pastries that are so good that you guys need to get.
Okay.
want
Okay.
that now.
Easy enough to do.
Yes,
And
and then
for the
run
full
back.
batch for everybody here, be like, we'll say 9 silver.
Great.
So
Don't say 8
figure out
silver,
something
because they give you a discount because you're from here.
it's risky to teleport. How many days travel would it be on foot or horse?
On foot, you're looking at about 3 days on foot. On horse, about 1.5 to 2.
Horse it is, unless we can fly somehow.
Can you teleport us, Caleb?
No, I said it was risky.
I can, but I have never been there, so do you know how it really kind of got,
End up in a tree or something.
we kind of get a little hurt coming to you
Little hurt's okay.
and ended up in the ocean, so we could end up, 200 feet in the air or stuck halfway into the mountainside if you're unlucky.
Could be worth the gamble. Time's of the essence.
Is there any way I could, like, boost your ability to get there better?
Or if any of you know somebody who can help, maybe, perhaps.
What are you hinting at, Kingsley?
Clearly.
Maybe Essek or something? I don't know. Does he?
I mean, the only way we could up... Well, I don't know if he's been there or not. We could fly. Jester, we could fly. Us all.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of us, though.
Turn both of us and one other person, right?
Yeah.
Into giant things that fly?
Mm-hmm.
We've done this before, and it worked.
Yeah.
How did it work? Oh, Caduceus, right?
I can do it too.
You can do
You
it
can
too?
what? You can turn into a giant flying thing?
Yes. I've really done it only for large swimming things, but I'm sure the flying part would work.
There you go. We got 3 flying things.
That's great.
Okay, well, that would cut down on 3 days of travel. It might get us down to 1 or 1.5, do you think?
Great. That seems like the best.
Or we could, it'd be a coin flip. It's almost a 50% chance that it would go south.
But like how south? Like dead south or just like, ow, but we're okay?
There would be a bit of a mishap, probably.
You don't seem confident in the teleportation
I-
thing.
You're such a good wizard. You're so smart. I think you
Yeah,
could do
I'm
it.
smart enough to avoid adverse risk.
They have a tremendous lead on us. I don't want to force anyone into making a hasty decision, but if we could catch up a day, probably help us.
Yeah.
It might be worth it.
I mean, this is your thing, Ford. What would you rather do? Risk the port or
I mean, we're
go for the
risking
fly?
we're risking the entire Menagerie Coast if we don't stop this from happening, yeah?
Yep.
So maybe it's worth the risk?
Yep.
I am going to.
Yeah. Can you look? Do you have any of those, motes of possibility or anything that could help?
Unfortunately, for this particular role,
it doesn't
help.
There's no bearing.
Okay.
I mean, I could theoretically try and get more information, and no, it's gonna take too long.
Bullshit.
I
hate
just do
chance. I don't like chance. I'm just putting it out there.
You don't like chance.
I don't.
Since when? That's a weird new you thing.
Oh, there's a lot of new me.
There's a lot of new him.
That's true.
Is it? Wow.
He has a
I'm so excited. This is actually first shenanigans. I've been hearing about this for ages. I've just got to see if any of what she said is true.
It's all true.
God, they're a mess.
Yeah.
So excited.
We can't. A boat is out of the option, right?
A boat?
A
ship.
boat. A
And
ship,
we're on
a ship,
land,
a ship.
and we're just going more into land.
We're on land. That's right.
If we got in a boat, we would just stay here.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
understand. For some reason,
Is there-
I thought there was a water journey.
Is there an airship port in this town?
In Nicodranas, no. Port de Mali, there is a skyport.
Much further north.
So, but okay, to Yasha's point though, you said that the
we
people
sail there.
the people who the people who attacked you were all like sea people.
Yes.
Yes.
But you're sure that they're gonna have to be ahead of us.
They moved throughout the night in their favored terrain and probably did not stop.
But then can they? I guess they could walk on water, on land.
Yeah.
Or on land.
Or have things that help them.
Plus, they have a giant.
Also may not have slept or rested.
I mean, a giant walking through the coast.
I'm gonna
feels
just sit down on the ground, and the floor's covered in shit. I'm gonna get some of my little figurines and set that up around me, and I'm gonna scry on
Okay.
that fancy
Alrighty.
one.
Which one? Which fancy one?
The mage? Or the giant?
I'm not gonna scry on the giant.
You touched one of them.
Well, I did.
Yeah.
I saw all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, the mage. It's a good
Yeah.
idea.
On the mage?
Might be more likely to block it.
Depends.
True, too.
You tell me.
It's true.
The mage will be there, though. There's no saying if the
I'm gonna.
giant's actually
Yeah,
involved
that's
or
true.
not.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do the mage because I know that one will probably be going.
Okay. What's the spell DC?
19.
19. as you sit, your figurines placed out around you, with Sprinkle kind of curled up in your lap as you begin to concentrate. As you close your eyes, you focus on that terrifying face, the rain battered against this like dull gray, almost rubbery flesh exterior, the jaw hanging open, the multitude rows of teeth exposed within the kind of pale eyes looking down at you. And as you reach into yourself to gather the spell, little voice whispers in your ear, "Oh, it looks like you've gotten yourself into some more trouble, have you?"
Yeah, it's not good.
Well, who would I be to deny you such a journey? And you feel kind of the hands of Artagan on yours say, "Open your eyes. See if this helps." And his fingers kind of flick your eyelids open. And as you glance forward, you see here in the mid-afternoon sun, the figure wrapped in like a tattered cloth, like a hood, clutched underneath his head like this with one arm, and the other just kind of hanging at the side, pushing through bushes and across like a kind of raggedy-looking hillish field, kind of like keeping low and seeming to be not enjoying the bright sunlight. Roll a perception check for me.
19.
19. You can see in its left hand, as it kind of hangs to its side, clutching in its fist, is the same glowing yellow cloven crystal. And it keeps it like near its side, almost like it's holding it like a precious object. You also pick up the sound. And kind of just glancing past the blurry radius of the scry spell's capabilities, you can see the looming shadow of a massive humanoid who is kind of crouched a little low, and also with large strides. It scoops up the mage figure and kind of places him onto his shoulder and looks back towards it. "No." And the mage kind of with his other hand, "Keep going." And you can just barely, with that roll, you can make out what looks to be other shadows following in its path. But it is kind of out in the open of a hillside.
No water to be seen that I
No water to be seen.
Okay. Okay. And it was like shrubs, bushes, or was it like jungly looking trees?
Shrubs and bushes, kind of rough coastal land.
Okay.
So not quite in a jungle.
Okay. Well, they're on land, but they're not in the jungle yet. They have the giant with them, though. Oh, that sucks.
What was the landscape?
It was like hilly and kind of rocky and shrubbery, but they didn't see the ocean anymore. But I think, does that sound familiar to me? Anywhere that I would know?
Not really. You haven't seen much outside of Nicodranus that wasn't part of the Dwendalian Empire and beyond. You haven't really traveled the coastal roads outside of the city.
Yeah, I did go down to Porto Male.
You did.
Up to?
Up to, you mean like it's up that journey that way. Nothing within the small radius of the scry spell was indicative of any major milestones or any sort of landmarks that would have caught your attention or memory.
Okay.
Well, we know you haven't hit jungle. That's good.
It's really good.
You still feeling confident about this, Caitlin?
It's a big risk, but we are up against the wall.
What's the closest place you know of to that jungle that you have seen?
We are there.
Okay.
Not that I want to encourage this, but is there any way to get the idea out of your head into his head what it looked like?
Not that I know of.
The Gilded Roadway we've both been on before, and I could remember the part where the forest was off to the northern edge of the road, but it won't be in the forest, just at the beginning of it.
Can I see the map?
Something.
Do a little half and half.
Yeah.
How far of a travel would it be from there?
We get down from...
Half a day into the middle of the forest, if it's in the middle.
It's in here? That doesn't seem too bad.
That's
So we came down to the Wyun Gate,
Yeah, and I've been here.
but we hit Nicodranus.
Yeah, and to his point, I think we've all gone through the
This
gilded
is where we're going. Ish.
roadway.
What did we go on the Gilded Roadway for?
When we passed through Nicodranus up back into
Yeah, but the other side, not the side. Nicodranus is here, right?
This side would have us cross.
I would say when you guys went to Port Damali, when you went there, you teleported via the teleportation circle at the Library of the Cobalt Soul.
right.
I just meant you and I.
Yeah,
But
we've
two of you have
been-
traveled
yeah,
up in that
'cause
space
then
to
we
get to the road, but no one else has been.
Okay.
I always tell my campers, you never know until you go. I will tell them that once camp starts. But
Wild out.
I think we should just go for it.
Yep.
You can show him what it
That's
looks like,
correct.
right?
Cliff face.
I know that sucks.
So I'll use minor illusion to show you the roadway, the Gilded Roadway at the southern edge of that forest.
What about if we go halvesies here? I'm going to take this. We travel through the Wyun Gate. What if we travel to the center of the Wyun Gate, which I can get us to no problem, and then we fly over
Over the mountains.
over the mountains?
Yeah.
That would be quite a bit quicker.
Excuse me.
Yeah, let's do
Maybe
it.
a day.
Great.
Does that add up to you?
That could likely work, yeah.
Okay, yeah, center of the Wyun Gate, and then we eagle it up. And we can search. Yeah, that's our plan.
Cool.
Alrighty.
So many spell slots.
Do you have your things? Everyone ready to travel?
We're ready.
I have
Ready.
my stuff.
I've got my backpack,
Got my sprinkle.
my sash.
All
If
right.
we get
Here.
through this, we all get a survival badge.
Everybody have a pastry for the morning.
Fuck yeah.
Be
So much-
strong for the
So much
trip.
better than
What
a
is it?
potion. Excellent.
Pastries.
Oh,
It's your favorite, Ford.
thank you.
Oh, so good.
I know they haven't said anything, but I love the hair.
Oh, thank you very much. I just
Oh my
wanted
gosh,
to
it
give
does look so beautiful.
We're ready to go.
I just wanted to give it a chop. Yeah.
That's really.
Start fresh.
Everyone gather near.
Hold hands.
No, it's just. Oh.
Your hands are sticky.
Oh,
Gross.
why are you so sticky?
Because I've been eating popcorn all night.
Yeah, that's why.
During?
You got the whole thing.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Like the fly, the Mighty Nien becomes the Mighty One. Just Cronenberg beast. No, go ahead and roll a D100 for me, Caleb, please.
100.
For a place that I've been already?
Yes.
Of course, yeah. You've been there before, which
But
means
there's
you have.
still a tiny bit of
Of
rest.
course, you have seen it casually.
I traveled through it.
That's seeing it casually.
We were not casual. We were very tense.
Just roll the dice.
Wait, does it mean something bad things?
94. We're
94, you're fine.
It was very stressful. So
I don't know if anxiety is really the.
The difference between the next step up. The next step up is very familiar.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say you're not very familiar with that place you visited once or twice. You traveled it twice.
Twice, that's
'cause
right,
you
went both
through.
ways.
Yeah. So, with that, you all now land, feet touching the dirt and kind of like dried grass clotted floor, at the bottom of the Wyun Gorge. The gate, a little ways north of where you can see, but the rocky mountainscape on both sides of the gorge rising up and climbing over to the east and west of where you stand.
Now we're going to do flying.
Now we're going to fly, head west, and try to find these fuckers.
West is always the way we should head.
You ready to play our old game, friend?
Yeah.
And you do this time?
Yes.
You can turn into a seahawk.
Okay, so that's.
Why would I do that?
You're like ocean.
A big one,
I know
please.
about the
A big
game
one.
theme.
Okay.
So what is the order of operations here? Who's
A giant pelican? You can put us in your mouth.
So I'm going to turn into a giant blue eagle.
okay? Going to keep some of these just as my basis of understanding here.
Sure. It's not blue, but okay.
Oh,
He's such a douchebag.
execute him.
I'm keeping tabs. All right, so we have a blue eagle. Who is Jester carrying on the eagle?
I will carry Yasha.
All right.
Let's go, girl.
Blue. Well, there.
Great. All right, so who else is doing what and carrying who?
I will use my my one transmuter slot, special slot, to become a giant amber and brown eagle, and I will scoop up Beauregard and Veth.
Let's go.
It's sad that your eagle is so much smaller than my eagle.
Is it? Why would it be sad? Is small so bad? I'm
Small is
still
beautiful.
technically a giant eagle. I mean,
Beth, you want big spoon or little spoon?
Little.
That leaves Kingsley and Ford.
Ford turns into a giant green eagle and just leaves Kingsley in the road.
I know where you live, and I'm gonna go take all your stuff.
Turn around and pick him up.
I don't have a third eagle, so we'll use this chimera.
great.
Awesome.
He's kind of green.
Ish.
His tail.
Okay. So, with that, you all end up taking off, careening up towards the western peaks of the mountain range. As all three of you shoot up back on the trade roadway that exits the south of Dwendalian Empire, there are two trade carts that are heading northward, and we see there briefly an older gentleman with a sun hat on, kind of glancing up, looking as you all take off, and just go, "Fucking hell." You continue your path up towards the top of the mountain range, the wind kind of picking up a bit, but as practice flyers, most of you, some of you a little out of practice maybe, you use those gusts of wind to go ahead and carry you up before eventually you peak over the top of the Weird Gorge Mountains here at the Sirios mountain range. Looking down over it, you now have this incredible view, both of the mountains that surround the Dwendalian Empire to the north, all the grass and green and jungles and forests that dapple the coastline, and the distant ocean blue horizon, where you see the various points of islands from this distance just laid out before you. Familiar with the map, but being terrestrial for so long, it's a wonderful, freeing, exciting, exhilarating moment to see this high above these familiar lands below. It's beautiful. And there, focusing further to the west and below, you can see the large cluster of jungle trees that makes the Sirios End forest. You begin to shift downward and head in that direction. How long do these spells last?
1 hour.
1 hour.
1 hour.
Hurry up. Too.
Now, looking at all the speeds, everyone's moving at the speed of a giant eagle.
Y'all.
What is the speed of the giant eagle?
500.
It's like supersonic. It's like 80 feet.
80 feet. Pretty quick. Pretty quick. Movement,
With the
dash,
dash on?
speed. That's quite a bit of distance covered in a short time. But swooping down on the opposite end of the sloping gorge, the Sirios Mountains now carrying you down towards the valley where this jungled forest resides. The kind of beautiful, soft texture growing more and more dangerous and ominous as you approach.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for changing of landscape, breaks in the canopy, any signs of ruins.
Yeah,
etc.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for a giant walking around.
Oh, yes.
You both roll a perception check.
Can I get in on that as well? We're on we're on it.
I'm on a different
Oh,
eagle
yeah.
right now.
Oof.
Cool.
17.
Cool story, bro. 6.
6, okay. I'll say, since they're different eagles, I'll allow you a roll as well. As you're kind of being held by Ford and being carried along the way?
22.
22, better.
Got
Looking
about
for
an
the...
hour left, maybe.
Looking for our problem people.
Got you.
Maybe a minute, a little bit more.
You don't see anything at this distance that much of an issue. You were having a hard time seeing any break in the canopy. The canopy is pretty dense, fairly solid throughout. You do see a couple of small breaks, but they're definitely kind of more on the outskirts of the jungle. You do see, not far from the southern edge of the jungle, cresting over what looks to be a hilly valley, a large, dark humanoid shape, stepping and maybe about half an hour's distance from the edge of the jungle.
There we are. Right. As we're flying, I'll attempt to speak into Ford's not ear. They're just about to hit the jungle. I found them. When we land, we can tell everybody. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Do I understand?
You do.
Yeah.
What did you say? Could we hear you?
Yeah, different eagle. All right, so looking down below, you don't see any particular
Like a fly, like.
breaks in the canopy that call to you. What's your plan of action? Where are you headed and what are you planning to do? Now that you've traversed the majority of the mountains and are about to reach the jungle, what's your plan?
I'm looking for a safe place to land where there are no giants. I think Caleb Eagle is.
Okay. There are a number of places that are relatively safe to land on the outskirts of the eastern side of the jungle. It's closest to you.
So outside still.
Correct.
No landing.
Bo had a hard time finding one. I'd say you can go ahead and make a perception check as well, but you have to use the perception of the eagle.
Eagle eyes.
21.
What do your eagle eyes see? Yes!
22.
Legolas.
22.
Shit.
22. Pretty decent. You do see one break that's a short ways in from the eastern side. It's not like a clean break, but you do see where the canopy gets a little thin, and it looks like there could be a small opening, maybe a mile or so into the forest.
Okay, so I'll just go and start to veer down in that direction.
What do you see, Caleb Eagle? Kegel.
Oh, I felt it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna follow Kegel.
All right.
Just putting my fingers in the little scruff under the feathers. I'm just getting scratches.
All right. Are you following suit as well as the two other eagles kind of...
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Grab the head and sort of turn Ford's head towards everyone else.
Snap that
Do not-
goddamn arm off. Keep that fucking hand to yourself.
Hook bills.
All right. As the three multicolored eagles all take off in the direction of this one semi-break in the canopy. You rush down and approach. You can see there are a number of thick branches at the top that can probably be latched onto, though probably landing comfortably with the size of your eagle is going to be a little challenging, but possible if you'd like to attempt it.
I want to give it a go.
You're going to give it a go?
I'm going to try.
All right. I would love for you to make an acrobatics check using the eagle's physical dexterity modifier. Does it have an acrobatic skill?
Oh, yeah, I got 5.
You got a 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Following suit, you watch as Caleb Eagle goes into a comfortable dive.
Easy.
Wings pick up.
Watch it. you got this.
Crashing into the top branches. You watch as splintered bits of green and brown bark just flying into branch after branch. Stopping partway down, you do crash through the canopy. You don't hit the ground, but you do get caught up in clusters of bramble and bush and tree, roughly 15 or 20 feet up, which is about halfway through the height of parts of this jungle. You do, in your eagle form, take 12 points of bludgeoning damage. The rest of you can come to stop on the top of the canopy unless you wish to continue to push through.
So wanting to avoid this, I kind of launch myself from Kegel and kind of like monk hop down the tree branches.
Then you make an acrobatics check for me as well.
And I do have my unarmored movement, which means I can do dope monk shit.
Yep.
18.
18. You leap from the back of the eagle, and as you hear it crashing around you, you're Tarzan sliding down the sides of the jungle tree, watching as the eagle crashes down and is about to hit the tree you're on, and you just kind of leap off to the next one. It almost becomes like a quick time, boss moment as you're like dodging the Kegel as it hits every branch, but without issue, you're one step before it, and where it gets caught up in the tree above, you land onto the soft
Heard you,
jungle
but I'm going to
floor.
do the same thing.
All right.
What a roll. That's terrible.
Please tell me it goes
What is it, down the iPad? Acrobatics or
Acrobatics.
something? 30.
Whoa!
As you land, you feel this kind of on your back. As you three-point land on her three-point landing.
Wild out.
Wild out.
This is bullshit. I'm going for it too.
Do it.
Acrobatics check.
Acrobatics check.
Fine, me too.
You guys are flying.
He's just doing this cuz.
Natural 20 for 36.
Oh!
Somehow you
Suit out of the sky.
You feel a three-point landing from Kingsley onto your back.
Onto your back.
I rolled a 19
For a total of?
for a total of 19. That was my total.
And you thankfully don't land on the tree, but definitely impact, kind of leaving a small dirt crater in the ground next to them.
Okay. Get off my back. Get off my back.
All right.
Okay.
That's fine.
You are so cool.
The two eagles, what are you doing?
I land on top of the canopy.
You are?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. How do we get down? I'm gonna go for a landing.
Okay.
Just try and flicker, flicker, flicker.
All right, so keeping in your eagle form, you begin to kind of leap from branch to branch to make your way down.
Yeah, I want to like land on the canopy and then
Yeah. All right,
wiggle
so
down.
for that,
As
you
you were,
get,
as
you get a choice of
Wiggle.
acrobatics or athletics
Wiggle
using
down.
the eagle's physical.
What am I rolling?
What are the
Athletics or acrobatics? If the skills aren't there,
Do you have
then
it out?
can just
Dex
use-
is plus 3.
Yeah.
So proud of that. I'm going to do it every fight.
what's the strength?
Plus 3. Both plus 3.
14.
14. Okay. It takes a moment, but you both gingerly, as eagles, land.
Oh, what's
into the
going
pond.
on here? That's a weird way to come. Okay.
Yeah, watch for falling branches.
The density of the canopy and the surrounding forest makes it incapable of flight for any further use of an eagle form, unless you wish to maintain the hit point boundary that you have with it. It won't be the fastest form of locomotion here.
Just long enough to walk around in a limping
I
circle.
know. I
isn't
kind of
it?
just.
Yeah, Caleb is still stuck in the tree, by the way.
Oh. Come down, Caleb.
Do you transform back into your back? Feathers rain down before magically vanishing at the end of the spell, and there you see an eagle-shaped kind of soft crater next to where you landed, Caleb Woodagust, sitting up.
Oh, I can't tell if my back hurts from the fall or from Beauregard kegling me like a vice for the entire trip.
Sorry, I got a good grip.
Strong.
Okay.
This is a horny episode.
What's
That's saying something. Anyway.
On we go. Does anyone have eyes on the giant?
I saw them where we were
Oh,
up.
thank God.
All of you.
Did you see?
Oh yeah, I saw them when we were up in the sky. They're that way. About how is it? They were like a mile and a half, 2 miles away. Or,
Yeah, they were like maybe a half an hour away from
That's right.
arriving at the jungle itself. On the southern side, you guys are a little bit inward from the eastern corner or eastern edge.
Oh gosh.
Hey, congratulations, we're doing better.
Yeah. So far.
Yeah, we go. We got to run.
Go
Okay.
where? We don't know. We're in the middle of the jungle.
Well,
we don't know where this is.
We're on the eastern edge where we landed, and we know north is that way.
Because he knows everything.
And they were going in which direction?
They were going in the direction that the dungeon master
From
is
the
going
south,
to tell
south,
them.
south, from the south.
From the
They were
south.
from the south, heading north.
Direct north? Okay. Well, that's that way.
Well, let's go.
So we can beat them, hopefully, to wherever they're going.
Well, we do. They're entering from the south side. That doesn't necessarily mean that the temple is south from us or north from us.
Yeah. But we could, what do we want to try to do? Stop them from reaching the destination?
We could try and cut them
Yes.
off.
Okay.
Yes, at all
Forward
costs.
through.
That's just
That would be
some
Make up
They
for
have
the
a mage, a giant, and they don't know how many people. It looked like a lot of
At
shadows
least
following
6
the giant.
others. A half
But-
dozen.
You know, we're pretty powerful altogether. We're pretty powerful altogether.
Yes, we're the most powerful. And if any of you get poison oak or poison sumac as we're hiking along, tell me. I can try to dress the wound, and it would give me good practice to teach my campers.
How do you fix it? Pee on it or something?
No, you make a
That's
ball
just
or a
jellyfish.
salve.
If you want, your campers to learn anything about healing and other ways, you could always have a teacher.
Oh, that's
Come
a
and
great
teach them.
idea. I should call Caduceus.
Yeah, probably.
An odd sensation as the light seems to dim ever so slightly, and with what was once a semi-clear sky, a shadow seems to brew overhead.
Oh, no.
And then you feel the of a sudden flash of rain that begins to drip down from the leaves above.
Wait, did it look like rain when we were flying like 10 minutes ago?
No.
Oh boy.
This is them. This is them. This is what they brought before.
Is this what happened?
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Yeah.
Charlie Brown.
Okay.
We have to push on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to push on. There's no choice.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Brown.
who is helming the
Brown.
attempt
You
to
in?
travel through this jungle? Who is being the navigator, if you will, for the group and guiding the path?
Is that
westward?
that would be a
Survival?
Survival. Don't look at me.
I could try.
Wisdom sucks.
Jester, you want to go ahead and guide the group through the jungle?
Yeah.
Sure. I would
Alrighty.
guide them through the jungle. I totally know where I'm going.
Great. Go ahead and make a survival check for me.
what was I thinking?
20.
20. Okay. So, the rain now bringing a cold and a sogginess to this experience that is immediately fraught with a bit of additional misery that you were hoping not to have to endure. You continue to step through the now progressively muddier and wet interior of this jungle. You can still hear the calls of nearby creatures and insects. The sound of rain makes it a little challenging to hear the approach or footfalls of other indigenous or otherwise creatures. But Jester seems to have a knack for finding the paths of least resistance in guiding past a few what looks to be dangerous clusters of local fauna and flora. You do, within a short time, come upon what looks to be an abandoned camp, left in tatters. Immediately at a glance, you can see it's old, and it looks like it has seen a very violent end before being just sundered by the elements. There's aspects of a mostly destroyed tent, but bits of the cloth still kind of attached to some broken twigs. You can see what looks to be what would have been a stone ring for fire, and bones.
Can I attempt to discern what left this camp in tattered?
Make an investigation check if you'd like.
Was it months?
Yeah,
Years?
How long ago it
Did the camp get
was?
destroyed months ago? Is it an old destruction or a new destruction of a old?
That would be an investigation check here.
Natural 20.
Let's
Yes,
For a total of?
For a total of, hang on.
Dear God.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all right.
36.
That
It's my bitch.
I love you.
So immediately,
Your love gives me strength.
immediately this camp had probably been destroyed at least 50 or so years ago. So depending on your expectations, it could have been much more recent or much older than you expected. But the weathering, the decomposition of the canvas, you get the sense that this is within the last century or so. The bones that remain, you can see, are just bare remnants of much more bones that have been taken and probably eaten, broken, or absconded with other creatures that lived nearby. From what does remain here, you can see marks that represent predatory creatures, predatory beasts, tooth marks, claw marks, and chewed and broken bones with the marrow removed. Though the marrow could have been removed by the predator or other creatures that scavenged along the way. It's hard to tell. You do see, within the Sundered camp, because you rolled so fucking high, though most of the materials are gone, there is one partially buried satchel that within does contain a potion of superior healing.
Hey!
That was a fucking 36.
Those things keep forever.
I was gonna say, it's
Big boy.
probably a little vinegary by now, but it's still good.
Half-life is good.
Yeah.
That little.
You also, with the 36, you also find what looks to be, amongst everything here that's been destroyed by the elements, now even further harried by the rain, you find under one barely dry section of the canvas, it looks like it's been undisturbed for a long time, a hand that is mostly just bone and what looks to be aspects of shreds of mummified skin and a destroyed, torn apart journal. Like you go and try and find it and all the paper just disintegrates and it's gone. But there are
any ring on the
two
finger?
semi-legible scraps that you pull from underneath.
Clues! 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 Clues!
Yes. This is good, interesting.
Very impressive.
Taking the less traveled pathways within the depths of the ruin, markings of the sun are a deadly invitation.
Could be the yellow eye.
Regardless of the
About 45
seemingly
minutes,
endless source, it says skipping ahead, seemingly endless source of venomous serpents, fun, seem to reap something. Something? Serene, nightmarish curse upon the stone itself. Dormant as they might be, light of M seems to begin their exodus from hiding, and we know not when they will stop.
Right, so in the ruins, the sun markings mean danger is near, and the light of something will release really horrible venomous serpents.
Serpents. Dormant as light of
Light
some-
of what?
So no light?
Light of, and it looks like it starts with an M.
Yeah.
Light of.
So we're not allowed to put light in there? Is that what's going on?
The light of the moon. Moonlight.
Light of, could be light of moon, but it would seem like it would be light
I
of the
am
moon.
hoping
Light
after
of-
that.
Light of man, light of. No, yeah, pass
Three
it
lights?
around.
Good investigating.
Very good.
Thanks.
These guys, by the way, they did seem like the daylight bothered them when I was scrying on them. It seemed like they were covered in rags and the daylight was making them uncomfortable. So
Good to know.
Interesting.
maybe they work better in darkness.
That's good to keep in mind. All right, well,
Press on.
press on.
Okay.
Watch out for venomous creatures.
Pushing on to the next length of your journey, heading deeper into the jungle. Who is helming this next leg of the journey?
I'll give it a go.
All right. Make a survival check for me.
All right. 19.
19. Very good. Continuing to push on deeper and deeper. The pathways that seemed like a semi-natural conscious choice between the ever-growing dense clusters of trunks and gnarled roots become harder and harder to find, and you find yourself now climbing at times over these trees that kind of reach outward and knot and tether their root systems together. The soft compost ground of the jungle at times seems to be a welcome relief to your feet after clambering over bits of stone and multitudes of densely packed jungle trees. But you eventually stumble upon an odd statue that is partially obfuscated by the roots of one of these thick jungle trees wrapping around it. The older carving appears to be feminine. The features round, but it looks like it's been here for quite some time, and the tree roots themselves, it's hard-pressed to find if it's been a recent grapple, though tree roots don't usually move that rapidly, or if it's been here long enough that the tree has grown around it.
The tree's grown around a statue, you said?
Statue of like a female figure.
Yeah. We don't know if it's just slowly grown that way or if it went, or if it's a statue. Right. Is there any writing anywhere on this statue?
Make an investigation check.
Or if it's a statue.
Yeah. That is 26.
26. No writing. None on it. But it does look carved. It's not detailed. It's simple in its design. It is feminine in its form. The features seem to be weathered and kind of shaved down by just time and the elements. Roll a religion check for me.
18.
18. Looking at the design, looking at the body, looking at the shape, and you, Ford, clocked this about the same time. There's an aspect of the presentation of it that reminds you of the lighthouse in Nicodranus. And that cold sense that feels like it was pulled free and exposed to the stars above since the night. A hint of that warmth begins to return to your body.
Wild mother.
Wild Mother Temple?
Yeah, looks like it could be a statue of the Wild
Wild
Mother.
Mother?
Want to be careful, nightmarish curse upon the stone itself, whatever that. Just saying it's there.
Think there's any use peeling this vegetation off her?
Okay. I'm going to try and break the roots. Make a strength check for me. These are heavy roots on very large jungle trees.
I've got those
Guidance.
muscles.
Natural 20. Yes.
You guys are just rolling like crazy.
Ka.
I mean, I guess it's a balance to how the game started.
Yeah.
So, adding your strength modifier. Yeah.
Adding my strength modifier
Plus
and my
guidance.
guidance, which is 26.
Dang. Okay. So you begin to pull at some of these roots. Some of them appear to have be old enough to have lost some of their true strength and begin to like break and peel in places. You can feel cracks as you pull. Others, you're going to have to pull out your hand axe likely and start cutting away to try and remove it. Just from sheer brute force alone, you probably can't get them off, but you can definitely get them started.
This is great.
Slowly, but surely, you begin to hack away at the roots to expose the statue beneath. And you can see the areas where the roots have pulled in. The stone surface seems to be less weathered.
I think the best use you've gotten out of
and
that.
there's a little more detail to the design beneath, which leads you to believe, especially with the passive investigation you have, that this has been here for quite some time.
The roots?
The
roots, but longer the statue. So you gather these trees grew around it.
Could be some indication that we're getting close to whatever ruins or
And
temples.
it's definitely the Wild Mother.
As far as you can gather and the feel that you get when in proximity to it, it definitely seems to evoke the energy of the Wild Mother, yes.
That's good. She can be a source of protection, right, in here?
Can you talk to her, maybe? I don't know. Just, you know.
I don't know. No, I don't know if that's something we can count on at all, actually. Does anything is anything revealed by removing the roots?
As you approach, and you can see as you finish hacking away some of the heavy elements that kind of hold it in place, and it doesn't come completely free yet, like it'll probably fall forward if you do it, it looks fairly heavy, but you carve away much to kind of reveal it. And you see kind of the hands of it are pulled into the center of the chest, and there where the sternum is kind of between where the form of the statue's breasts are, you see what looks to be an inset, polished green jade gem.
Ooh. I only mean that when we were on the sea, normally the warmth of the Wild Mother is something that's become more familiar to me, and in the moment when the storm rolled in, it was removed entirely and replaced by an icy feeling. It's not often that a non-deity or its scions would be able to do that. So, no, I don't know if we have her help here.
What is this?
Maybe,
what is this stone?
Yeah, maybe the gem is connected to her or something.
At the least, maybe it's expensive.
Can I look at it? Can I get a good look at the stone?
Yeah, it looks beautifully carved, and it looks like it's handled the elements well enough, kind of captured and held behind one of the major roots that had kind of grown around it over time. You can see kind of the design of the hands and fingers that held it in place that were also held behind the root. The fingers are much more vividly visible, having been protected from the harsh elements for quite some time.
If I touch the stone, what happens?
You touch the stone? Okay. Smooth.
Give me 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes with it. And Caleb will pull out his book and begin to virtually cast Identify. It takes 11 minutes to do.
Okay.
But I'll see if there's anything.
So you take
obvious.
a bit of time.
While he's doing that, I'm going to take all of our food and put it in a bag and wrap a cord to it and throw it over a branch and show everyone how to protect against bears. You have to hang your food up at night.
Wow, that's so
They
interesting.
can't get to it.
Wow.
Jungle bears?
Do bears not go into jungles?
I don't know. I've never seen
Well,
one in the jungle, but I
The
mean, I don't know.
Nicodranian jungle bear is a fearsome colony.
What about the animals that live in the tree?
I was about to ask.
They get the food very easily. They love it. It's like a treat for them.
Like a YouTube video of someone releasing a kitten, a bird just...
Yep.
And it's gone.
And it's gone. All right. At the end of your 11-minute period, the jade itself does reveal a magical essence to it, a divine magical essence, a enduring blessing upon the gem. While the name has been long lost to the annals of history and time, you know that it brings a blessing of luck and good faith and goodwill to whoever wields it.
Well, this is a gemstone that comes with some blessing. I don't know if we want to remove it.
Typically, you would not want to disturb ruins, especially when there's a statue of a deity holding a gem, but if it comes with a blessing...
I mean, I won't throw a dick on this one if we take the gem.
We can also put it back on the way out.
Yeah.
It's interesting, too. I wonder... It's strange to find her here. I wonder if your old patron and your new have always been at odds.
It's a good question.
Maybe she's here on purpose. Maybe she wants you to take the blessing.
Let's take it and go.
Is there any other feeling that this was once a thing around here, or is this just
a marker
statue sitting in a jungle holding a jewel?
Make a perception check for me. Perception or investigation, your choice.
Perception, always.
I'm gonna wander away a little
hour?
bit from them prying the gem and see if I can hear anything.
Who's prying the gem?
Oh,
Are you going to pry?
Sure.
17.
17. Looking around, you don't see anything else that connotates the positioning of it. You don't see any other, pieces of stone, anything that resembles a temple, anything that resembles a intentional placement of it here. It is at an angle. You're not sure if the angle of the statue was by the gradual push of the tree or it fell on its own accord. It does feel a little out of place.
Is there a... If I were to triangulate where we would be heading, is it looking at the... Is it looking where it seems like their destination is going to be?
It does look like it's facing further northwest of where you currently are.
That's interesting.
I'm going to try the jewel. If it doesn't come easy, I'll let Nani try and remove it.
Okay. As you kind of reach out and kind of feel for the side of it, the gem itself seems to have an unexpected warmth to the touch. Like the outside of a mug filled with a hot coffee. And that kind of warm sense to your fingers catches you off guard for a moment. And as you kind of like feel the front of the gem, it almost seems to come loose of its own volition. And you kind of catch it in your hand as it just kind of tumbles out of the statue, already partially leaning forward.
Got it?
Do you feel any different?
It's warm. Feel.
Is it warm to me?
No, it feels like standard sense to the rest of the jungle.
I think it's responding to you. Maybe you should,
I just walk up and touch it. I don't wait for it.
maybe you should shove it in your stomach.
In my stomach?
Well, you know, that's what you do with rocks that are important to you.
That was just the crystals. Also, it's a very traumatic thing.
Sorry.
I could try it.
No.
Want me to help?
Maybe you have to shove harder.
Is it in a particular shape?
It's kind of an oval shape, and it's maybe about twice the length of a gold piece on its longest end.
No, please, no.
No, I'll just hold on to it.
Okay.
Do I hear anything farther away from the group?
Make a perception check.
Can you attune to it?
13.
13. Still the sound of the rain pouring through the leaves above and the various insects that feel comfortable and dry enough to continue to make their general jungle racket.
I'll go back to the group. I feel like we've been here long enough. We should probably keep moving because those guys were like answering.
Yeah. 100%.
Go in the direction of the...
I was saying, considering where we were heading, and I did a little trigonometry to...
Trigonometry?
I've been learning how to navigate a bloody ship. What have you been doing?
I've been also doing that.
Right.
A lot of that. So I've been learning a lot of trigonometry.
I'm just trying to make sure I can do a little bit of everything.
Look at us back together again.
For the first time.
As I say, he's the new guy, though.
Well, the new old guy.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was just very curious what this was all like. I don't know. So far, not disappointed.
Not disappointed.
Not even a little.
Good review.
That's what else could you ask for?
That's right.
You still ruffle feathers, albeit in a slightly different way.
Bless.
I'm walking in the direction of the trigonometry.
We're losing Jester.
Yeah.
All right,
tree is
Jester,
it?
are you making another survival check then?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I'm doing that.
All right.
God, I keep rolling 8s. But I'm guiding myself as I do it. That's a 13. 17.
17. Got it.
Popcorn's good.
You continue on following Jester's lead, the tangled jungle growing more and more difficult to traverse. The slickness of the rain, some of the mud, and other natural excretions of whether it be the natural plants or other indigenous creatures, causing a bit of the moss and exteriors of these trees and roots to be slimy and impeding a bit of the speed of your movement. Within a short 15, 20, 25 minutes, you're starting to lose track of time as you push inward, trying best to keep tabs in the direction you're going. You, Jester, hear a sound.
Monkeys?
Oh, no.
You glance up and see about 10 feet above you in a branch a small, bright red and green monkey with a dark gray face and these bright yellow eyes that's kind of just looking at you, a long curled tail, and it's just kind of clutching a branch looking down at you.
Hi.
It's not
Pull out
Mr.
some pastry and hold it up for it.
As soon as you move, it leaps to another branch whoosh, and holds on, looks back.
Throw it on the ground.
She keeps looking.
I don't know if this is this animal is cute. I don't know if it's good for anything.
I know everything about jungle animals.
Yeah. You know lots
Take
of
3
stuff.
steps back.
Yeah.
Make a nature check if you'd
I
like.
will try to coax the animal down using the movements of the jungle.
Ah, well then, never mind. Make an animal handling check.
19.
19. As you kind of coax it down and tell Jester to give a little distance, it climbs down, looks at you, rushes forward, takes it, and starts back. And
Eldritch Blast!
Sprinkle! Sprinkle, can you talk to monkeys?
Sprinkle kind of curls out.
Can you talk to monkeys?
And curls back in.
Only undead monkey.
The monkey scrambles back up in the branch and just kind of hangs watching you.
He's gonna like call his friends or something. We should run. Monkeys suck.
No, maybe it knows something. None of us can talk to an animal.
No, let's go.
It's
a fucking
It's
monkey.
not. It's a fucking. I'm with Ford. It's a fucking monkey.
got no
It knows the jungle.
But if
what?
we can't talk to it, then what difference does it make?
Maybe he knows where the temple is.
Can't you talk to? You're not a druid in this
know
campaign.
where the temple is, monkey.
And just starts yelling loudly in the jungle,
Yeah,
just
that's the thing.
hooting out loudly. Immediately, the sound is like partially deafening by proximity, but you know it is definitely making a racket that is audible for quite a distance.
Maybe we should move. We should move. Definitely.
I think we should stay and discuss this for
No, go.
Can I kill the monkey?
Let's go. No, just go.
Let's go.
All right, so you all continue moving onward, keeping an eye. It stops hooting.
We gotta figure out this monkey, you guys.
You continue moving.
Check for traps.
Beauregard, you clock that the monkey is behind and following. Darting from branch to branch. And it's
fucking
just
cool.
You want to kill the monkey?
Look, it's fucking following us now. Yeah, keep it trained. Yeah.
Just kill it.
I mean, it's like a fucking.
Don't kill it. I'm just gonna keep throwing out
It's a
pastry.
smoke alarm above our heads as we
Hey,
move
dog,
through a
yeah.
jungle.
it's occasionally starts down, grabs the pastry.
Jester's giving him gifts, so he'll probably be nice to us.
Jester,
Screaming again.
I'm gonna take a pastry and I'm gonna break it.
It's like throat kind of opens before it like gives out a big hoot sound.
no,
I'm gonna leave a little pile of them on the forest
Throw
floor.
it away. Can you throw it
Throw
like
it really
can you
far?
make it go away?
Well, I left a pile. I'll pick up the pile and just kind of throw it.
Scatters up like kind of afraid of the large.
Oh, you
offering.
know it's good stuff. Let's keep walking.
Shoo.
All right, you continue on the path. Who is leading this next portion of the jungle venture?
Somebody with a good survival.
Yeah, I have very mediocre survival. I'll
Let's
go.
go.
I got stupid fucking monkey. Natural 1. There's a fucking
You do notice the monkey is still following right behind.
God. I can't concentrate.
Go.
And as
It's
you're
right
like
behind me.
flicking off the monkey, the back foot hits something soft. What the rest of you see is you've been walking for a bit through these like thick patches of multicolored mud that's like seeping from the ground through various pits and kind of splattered up against the base of some of these trees. The smell has been kind of sharp and odorous, kind of a little biting to the nose, but you've kind of been avoiding it, kind of stepping from root to root. Beauregard's back foot has stepped into a hardened patch that as you step, it carves in, and you notice that a lot of these like kind of hardened patches aren't dried mud. but some sort of a fungal growth. And as your foot hits it,
Not good.
spores begin to emerge into the air around you. And I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. Oh no.
Always take a well-worn path. Constitution?
22.
Constitution saving throw.
Correct.
Good.
22. You said? You take 6 points of poison damage. Beauregard?
25.
6 points of poison damage.
I'm immune to
You're immune to
disease and
poison? So, yeah.
purity of body.
So you take nothing.
19.
19. Take 6 points of poison damage.
18.
6 points of poison damage.
6.
6. You take 12 points of poison damage, and you are poisoned. Kingsley?
19.
19. You take 6 points of poison damage.
20.
6 points of poison
Wow,
damage.
good
So most of you
rolls.
take a little bit of the poison damage. You kind of pull away real fast, kind of trying to prevent the majority of getting you. Jester just kind of inhales it all and starts coughing.
6 points. Poison damage.
Nausea kicks into your body, and these like slow chills kind of take over, and you can feel yourself very much not your maximum self.
Okay, let's take a second.
No, keep walking.
are we-
They're ahead of us.
Okay,
We should go.
do you want
Do you want me to carry you?
Yeah.
Do a little fireman's carry?
Yeah, you do anything for yourself, Jester?
Of course I can. I'm the healer.
Dup.
Keep walking.
Wait a minute, look.
This is a
pus
terrible
coming out
time
of
for
your eyes.
pride. Get on the.
Do you want me to just give you a little bit of a
Turn
carry?
around.
I might throw up on the back of your hair.
That's okay.
Is it giving you a bit of a high? Just curious.
I wouldn't recommend this kind of high.
Okay.
I'm gonna climb on Yasha's back.
Come on, let's go.
Okay. So you're carrying Jester on your back.
Is there still a monkey? Out of curiosity.
Make perception check.
All right. That's 28.
28. It is still following you. A little ways back, it is leaping from upper branch to upper branch.
Can
Wait, no, I have a good idea.
All right.
Fire plane.
Hold on. I am going to... Let's see. I wonder if I can do this. Maybe not. Can I try to use my Rod of the Solitary Scout and record the monkey hooting?
If you'd like to. Sure. Does it have that capability to it?
Well, you implant...
anything about that.
Well, let's see.
Also just
You
reflect.
implant a message with an object in range. Choose an object that you can see and isn't being worn by another creature. Oh, I have to speak the message. Or just speak the message. What do you think?
So that is, you leave a message somewhere behind
Yeah.
you. Not so much in the realm of like copying the monkey's sound, but you can try and listen to it and learn it for yourself and try and replicate it.
I'm going to try to replicate the monkey sound and leave it on a tree.
Okay, make a performance check for me.
Okay.
All right, Jester.
Performance. 10. Guidance. No, I said it too late.
So about every 5 to 8 minutes or so, you hear behind you that like very loudly, and it keeps like rocking you to like this point of unease, like ugh. You go ahead and attempt to do that into the rod. How does that sound?
Well,
like?
it wouldn't be in the rod. I'm going to try to get it on a tree.
Okay, how's it sound when you put it on the tree? For a 10.
Come on.
That's about a 10. Yeah. Okay.
Cute.
It's a baby one.
Not convincing, but adorable.
There you go. So,
Just try to attract the monkeys to that tree.
okay.
Leave us alone. It's gonna play, and it can be 25 words or less and delivered as long as 10 minutes. So I'm gonna make it happen every every couple minutes.
Okay. A recurring
Yeah.
monkey hoot.
Yeah.
In quotes. Got it. Okay, cool. It is placed upon the tree. As you continue onward, yeah, the monkey continues following. Now,
And we hear that in the distance every.
yep.
It's just like a rainforest cafe now.
You do begin to notice what look to be long fallen structures, or at least the the very faint outline of pillars, fallen bits of stone, things that are even more ancient than the Wild Mother statue that you encountered before, themselves fallen and heavily overgrown and taken back by the jungle itself. And judging by the Overwatch visual that you had of the jungle as you flew into it, you get the sense you're getting close to the center, if not the center north part of the jungle.
Any iconography, things carved, things that look like suns or eyeballs.
Any language here?
I'll say no language in the proximity, but you can continue to search and follow some of these elements of the stone towards what you hope to be a destination or a centralized gathering of these ruin-like structures.
Yeah, I think we should do that. Yeah.
Okay. I would like somebody to make a survival check for survival or perception to guide the group.
Perception, I feel like, unless somebody else.
You have a
I've
good
got a good
perception.
perception.
Can I?
Mine's pretty bad.
Mine's pretty.
Mine's
Here, I'll do
11.
perception.
I'll
Mine's
guide you.
Board's on.
23.
Good.
Yes.
23.
Plus
Pretty
a
dang
D4
good.
if you want it.
Okay.
You have a 15 plus 15 to your perception.
Yep.
25.
Great. That's awesome.
Very paranoid.
Pushing onward, two things catch your attention. One, you follow what looks to be a pattern of small plinths or like crumbled stone pillars. They seem to have a pattern of creation that they grow higher and higher each one you find. Some have been overturned, some have been retaken, but their height increases. And with the increased height, you get the sense that it's almost like a signal towards a location. That's the first thing you notice. The second thing you notice is the distant westward sound of the crushing of vegetation and roots rhythmically.
Oh, shit.
And you see just barely beyond the furthest horizon of your visual perspective before it gets lost into the sea of trunks and trees, a bit of canopy brush kind of fall.
And these
far to the
plinths
west.
are pointing in one direction, and they share the same direction.
These plinths are heading in a northwestern direction. This is to the immediate west.
And is it it's to our west, but is it moving in a northwestern direction?
You're uncertain. You just hear the sound coming from that direction, and you see something move that far away.
Unless there's another really unfortunately large creature in the jungle, that seems like our quarry over there.
What the frick? Okay, well. Hang on. Okay, my Wi-Fi seems to be out. I'll be using my phone to try to figure out. Come on, come back. Don't know. Okay, it's not. The power didn't go out, so. I'll give a few more minutes. If not, I'll have to watch my product. Wait, I think my Wi-Fi it's showing up. It's not showing any Wi signal strength, but it is showing at least listing it now. So
That's true, then we go fast, because the monkey would give us away.
Yep.
I say we go fast.
Yeah.
Moving around.
Fast,
Yeah.
fast.
All of
fast.
us?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's get there before it.
Yeah.
Someone have pass without a trace? No.
I mean, I do.
If we're doing fast, we're not doing
But we don't need
stealth.
it if we're
This
going.
is non-stealth. This is
got
just
it, got it.
rushing forward.
Okay.
Then. Which to that point.
I'm going to.
Should
I'm
we
gonna cast Lesser Restoration on myself.
should we kill the monkey?
I could turn the monkey into a butterfly.
Yeah.
You gonna polymorph?
Sure.
It seems intense, but sure.
Well, it would get us there quietly. But slow. I don't know if we can keep up pace with a giant.
Can you turn a giant into a butterfly?
Maybe.
I could try to do that too.
Oh, that would be
go
very...
for speed. Change my
All
mind.
right, let's
Yep,
go.
yep.
Let's move.
Okay. As you all begin to pick up pace, leaping over bits of stone, rushing between trees, hanging roots and vines, you push past, continue to go. Who's leading the charge, by the way? Who's at the front of this line?
Survival check?
I'll do it again. I'll guide myself and could try to do it.
Okay, go make a survival check.
Okay.
Not bad, not bad.
Damage is good.
Okay. What's that? 16 plus 5. 21.
21. Avoiding what looks to be any sketchy clusters of unfamiliar flora that exists in this path, you guide the rest of the group around these stone plinths, eventually cresting up to a bit of what looks like a rising hill and heavy roots where there is a circle of trees that seems to almost like block the path like a wall that has been intentionally grown. As you clamber up the side and climb, you find one kind of V gap between these heavily pushed trees, and there as you look through, there is a minute clearing. The canopy curls back up to kind of consume it with a few broken bits of what would be probably shafts of sunlight piecing through, if not for the clouds above and the rain that falls within. But here you can see a green clearing of vines and ferns and all manner of jungle bush and compost along the ground, and what looks to be a temple of some kind. A gray, yellowish, almost sandstone coloration temple that looks like it has mostly fallen into itself. Looks like larger pillars at the corner that have crumpled inward. You can see what looks to be partial step-like formations on it that have themselves fallen in and been kind of overgrown. A series of heavy, what looks to be different types of trees have taken root and grown out of the broken stone. But it appears to be a central structure, quite large comparison to anything else you've come across at this point.
This is where we stage our ambush.
Keeping your ear still perked forward, you can still hear the occasional crunching sound and distant footfall, not terribly far from where you are.
How high up is the canopy? Like, do I see any type of easy enough boughs to jump on?
The canopy, since it kind of curves around to meet at the top, there's kind of almost a dome, vacant space surrounding this temple before the canopy meets. So there are areas you can climb. It's probably about 45 feet up.
Jester, can I borrow that axe? An unarmored movement, start to like climb up the tree. I just want to start hacking away and see if I can make more light pockets.
Okay.
Inside the top of the canopy.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an acrobatics check or athletics check, your choice, on how you wish to climb up the tree.
Very interesting idea.
No.
Natural one again.
So, you rush around and begin running up the side of one of the curved trees that's almost being pulled inward. You now see on the backside as you begin to climb up that they are kind of leaning inward to create this canopy that hides where this temple's location is, unnaturally pulled inward. And as you're running along the tree, axe outward, looking for a position to go, you hear this horrible, a crack sound of wood. And as you look down, you see the One of the trees here seems to have died long ago and has been held up by the others that kind of pinched and surrounded it. Unfortunately, this is the tree that you chose to be the load-bearing one, and as it cracks and snaps beneath your feet, the top of this tree falls with you on it. The good news is it does open a bit of the canopy here, but you also plummet 50 feet to the ground.
Slow fall.
But you do have slow fall, and you ride this tree down, and right before it impacts the ground, you push off. That kind of counteracts some of the inertia of you fall. It's the inertia, this momentum as you fall, and reduce the amount of damage you would have taken by enough to do some dope monk shit and take no damage.
Yes.
Wow. So cool.
But a loud, heavy crack as part of this dead tree.
Hide. Fuck. Hide.
Is there a clearance between the jungle and the temple, or is it overgrown all the way up to the temple?
I mean, the floor itself is overgrown heavily. It's difficult terrain to run across, but there is a clearance of about 35, 40 feet from the edge of the tree line to the base of where the stone temple begins. And the temple itself is probably about, though it looks like a lot of it has fallen, rises about 25 or so feet from the base of the ground and is about 80 or so feet from across from side to side.
Is there an obvious door or entrance or something that looks like an entryway?
Make a perception check.
Following Vex's, Vex.
Wow.
Beth's
Wow.
lead. Too many campaigns. Been doing this for too long. I hide.
19.
Okay, stealth check.
Hide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this is the temple fort?
Think so?
Okay, I'll run and hide as well.
Okay.
Would it help?
Stealth check.
I can send like an unseen servant out there to make noise. Would that help, or should we just leave it? Okay, I'll leave it.
I can do a big spell if we see them. I just
To kick us off?
don't know if this is the temple.
It seems like a temple.
Was there a
Regardless.
clear entryway?
All right, so
19.
with your 19, you do not, from where you're
Okay.
standing here at the tree line, you do not see a clear entryway. What you do see is, amongst the various fallen pillars, the remaining bits of what looks like stairs at certain areas that are still intact and visible seem to climb up to the larger, like 25, 30 foot up part of the platform. You do not see any other entryways or openings.
Beth, I need you to climb to the top. See if there's an entryway up at the top.
But I was just gonna hide. I'm scared. Okay, I take a swig of booze and I start climbing up.
Okay, so stealth checks around. You got a
15.
15,
18.
18.
9.
9, okay.
22.
22,
18.
18, great. 40, you hiding as well?
No.
Okay.
Yes, no, I'm hiding. 18.
Okay. As you all kind of hide amongst the nearby bush, you go ahead and start running and running.
I guess I'm gonna scramble up.
As you scramble up there, you can see the more up close. The ruins are quite dilapidated. There's, in essence, they've been aggressively reclaimed by the wild, magical nature of the surrounding jungle, almost like it's been willed to be swallowed and forgotten. These trees around it probably once cut free, and an open path above this ruin, the jungle itself bending to try and enclose it back in. You can see, while the toppled spires litter the grounds, as you begin to head up these broken stairs, you can see scattered reliefs of the sun with the rays around it along different parts of the wrecked platform near its apex.
The note said suns are bad, so I'm not gonna look at those. But I'm gonna just keep scrambling up looking for an entrance.
Okay, so there are steps with the sun reliefs.
I don't have to climb. I can just walk.
You just walk through them if you want to. All right, so you avoid the suns, and above the top of it, you can see there's the two fallen trees that appear to have grown out of it and kind of fell and wrapped over the part of it. You can see gaps between the overlapping chunks that show a broken opening along the stone platform up top. While a lot of it has fallen inward, you can see it looks like crumbled rubble and ruin, almost like it was just a piece of stone that has kind of fallen into itself. But when you get to where these two trees are overlapping, you can see there's a gap, about a 3-foot gap between them at its widest, only 2.5 feet. And there within, you can see there is a deeper path below.
I will message Ford. There's an entrance at the top. It's very small, but we can get in. You can reply to this message.
Fight out here, or fatal funnel. Everybody to the top.
All right.
You all go running, scattering from the tree edge to where the temple is. To this point, you hear the crashing sound of one of the nearby trees on the southern ring of this interior come falling with it. As it hits the ground, you can see its boughs shake. Bits of dust and water just end up scattered to the ground. And there you see now, like pushing through arms, pulling itself out from the hole left in this ring-like canopy cage around this temple ruin. The storm giant pushing through. And that's where we're going to go ahead and stop this episode and pick up there for part 2.
Part 2?
Yeah.
What is this bullshit? I have to put on this hat again?
I mean,
Match that makeup, bish.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta match makeup. You gotta put on a hat.
Yeah.
You got makeup on?
Yeah, Sam's got beautiful
Little swirly.
Oh, that's true.
Look at all that
That's true.
swirly
What am
bit.
I saying? Yeah, that's really hard to do.
I did it myself.
all right.
Take us home, Matt.
Indeed. Well, we are off next Thursday for Thanksgiving, but please join us the following Thursday, December 1st, for the exciting conclusion of our Mighty Nien reunion. But until then, enjoy for those who celebrate it. Happy Thanksgiving, for whatever that means to you. And thank you for joining us for this. Excited for the next bit.
Thank you for
We love
having
you
us.
very much. And is it Thursday yet? Good night.
Very well. Thank you guys for joining me. This is an interesting episode. It looks like initiative will be rolled as soon as part 2 comes back in 2 weeks. This has been part 2 of my reaction to part 1. Confusing, right? But again, I thank you for joining. This is Reunited, South Elven YouTuber, and I wish thee good fortune. Best of luck.